Welcome everyone to the Epic Fun for 50 webinar this evening. Thank you everyone for joining, and also thank you to Barry from Shore Trips, who's the owner of Shore Trips, and he's going to be describing all of the fun, exciting excursions at each of the islands you'll be hopping on. So first we want to show you how to get some information about the trip if you would like to learn more about your exciting cruise coming up. First thing, if you go to the Singles Travel International website, you go to the Epic Fun for 50 page, you scroll down. I just want to show everyone where your Get Ready guide is located. You have these gold tabs. When you click on the page, there are a few gold tabs. You're going to click on the FAQ. And once you click on the FAQ, the very first question that you see, there is a link in there that says Get Ready. It says click on the Get Ready to print your Get Ready guide. And once you click on that, you're going to see this document that pops up. This is an informational document that we send out before each cruise. And we have lots of fun information in here. And we're going to go through a couple highlights of this document. Number one, the most exciting one, and let's kick off this webinar with a bang, the theme nights. Theme night, we always have theme nights for all of our cruises, and they are so much fun. People dress up. If you do want to see pictures of past theme nights on cruises, you can click on the link right here, and it will take you to our Singles Travel International Facebook site. And you'll see right here the Alaska Cruise Adventure Facebook pictures. There are also pictures from our other cruises. All of your costumes aren't required, they're optional, but they make for great photos and they are a lot of fun. I was dressed up in a 70s outfit for the Oasis last year. So your first theme night is Valentine's Day. You can dress in red, show some love for our singles. You can dress in red, pink, you can wear hearts if you want to, you can wear glitter, however you want to celebrate Valentine's Day in the singles STI style. Your second theme night is 70s Disco Fever. So if you have bell bottoms, you have a big funky wig, you have some peace sign jewelry, a flashy shirt, anything to celebrate the disco fever. And dress in white night, this one's easy, just wear white. You can wear jeans, a white shirt, and there's also a white dance night on the Epic, on the cruise, which Michael, your concierge, will be hosting. So not just you guys will be dressed in white, a lot of people on the cruise will be dressed in white too for this special dance party. So those are our three themes. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask one of us at STI. They're pretty straightforward. They're a lot of fun. We highly recommend that you come dressed up and prepared. And the second highlight is our exclusive entertainment. I know we had a couple questions about this in the last couple months, so I wanted to go over this with you. If you look on page 5 of your Get Ready, this is our exclusive STI entertainment schedule. Before each cruise, we always book entertainment for the entire group beforehand for a couple of different reasons. That way you don't have to worry beforehand. Just when you get on board, everything is all set up for you. We like to cater to everyone's needs, easy breezy, and also the whole group can enjoy the experience together. We feel that it's much more fun to go with the entire group than to go with smaller groups during your cruise. Of course, this is scheduled for you. However, if you do want to change your reservation and you do want to go to an earlier show, of course you can do that as well. So this is your entertainment. Blue Man Group, Second City, and Legends in Concert. Those were shows that we've already pre-booked for you. So when you log into your NCL account, when you check in online, those will already be shown up on your reservation. If they're not, give us a call if it's missing. Howl at the Moon and the Blues Band, those are walk-in events. So if you don't see them on your reservation when you check in online, don't worry about it. You can literally just get on the cruise and we're going to go as a group together to those shows. Now, all of these shows and exclusive entertainment, those are all included in your cruise package. And as we scroll down just a little bit, the STI entertainment not included in our package, these are two events that we recommend, but there is an additional fee. We recommend these because we've gotten very high ratings in the past from other customers. They say they're a ton of fun. So we are just suggesting times and dates that everyone can enjoy this experience together. So the presumed murder and the Cirque Dreams and dinner. Now, if you're asking, well, how do I sign up for the murder or the Cirque Dreams dinner? And also, how do I check in online? We do have instructions in your Get Ready if you scroll through on how to check in online. And I'm going to show you quickly right now as well. You go to www.ncl.com and let's see. You basically, all the information you need, you just need your first name, your last name, the ship and sail date. So our ship and sail date, if you scroll to your Get Ready, is February 9th. And then your ship is on Norwegian Epic, and that's all you need to sign in. And you also need your reservation number. Now your reservation number you will have received when you receive an invoice from Singles Travel International. And I'm using Michael Katz's invoice right now. And this is what it looked like when you received it. If you do need a new invoice or you feel like you haven't received one from your email, just give us a call and we can shoot you another invoice, no problem. So if you scroll down and take a look at this, there should be a cruise line section right here. And it says cruise reservation, the vendor, Norwegian Cruise Line, and your confirmation number. The confirmation number right here, let me highlight it for you. This is your reservation number that you will need to create an account with NCL online. Now, if this doesn't work, give us a call to make sure it's the correct number, but this should be correct from your invoice. All right, and then once you are logged in, I am right now logged in as your concierge, Michael. It takes just a minute to log into my NCL. I'm going to show you just a quick way to reserve extra dining, or you can also reserve spa treatments ahead of time. There are some beverage packages, so it's really neat to explore the website a little bit before you get on. This is just going a little bit slow. All right, this is going a little bit slow, so let me hold off on this and I'll show you in a couple minutes. But let's go back to our website. I want to show you something else from the Epic 50 page on our website. We just clicked on the FAQ. Now, right next to the FAQ on the left, if you click Itinerary, you will be able to see our entire itinerary, all of our ports where we're going to be stopping each day, our sea days. And then also from the itinerary page, you're going to see a link that says, a link that goes right to our Shore Trips website. You see right here, you scroll down, those are your port days. You can see your at-sea days. So it's nice to keep in mind, too, if you did want to book anything ahead of time, it's nice to see the schedule. So that's where you find it. And then look right here. It says optional and private singles-only tours. So you're going to click here for the website. I also want to describe the singles-only tours. We have a great relationship with Shore Trips and Barry from Shore Trips as well. And there's a difference. You can book shore excursions through the cruise, but we highly recommend booking them through Shore Trips because, as the description said, it's just for the singles. So everyone in our group will be together. You don't have to worry about being on there with kids or other couples or other groups from the cruise. Everyone through Shore Trips, it's just people from our group. So all those people that you're having fun with, you're going to your theme nights with, that you met during all the welcome cocktail parties, everyone from Singles Travel International will be there on those short trips. So that's why they're a lot of fun to go to book through this way. And that's running a little bit slow. So I'm just going to click back here. We'll go back and forth. This is where you are going to sign in after you create an account for yourself for NCL. And you just put your username that you will create, and then your password. And then once you log in, you're going to see there's a planning guide. And once you click on that, and this is a 7-day Eastern Caribbean cruise. And you're going to click on the up on top, it says Explore and Plan once you get in online, if you can see my screen right now. So after you click on Explore and Plan, you can see on the left-hand side, you see dining, entertainment, spa. So let's hit on entertainment because we talked about the presumed murder and also the Cirque Dreams dinner. And you scroll down, and your entertainment options are right here. And you see on the left-hand side, you can click on the specific days. You can see what's offered on those days. The prices are there. So that's how you book everything online. If you do have any further questions on booking things online, you can call NCL, and we do have that number and the Get Ready for you. So let's go back over. We have our Shore Trips website, and remember, we got this way from clicking on the itinerary on the Epic Fun for 50 page through the STI website. And that will take you directly to Shore Trips. And I want to introduce, we have Barry on the line with us. He's the owner of Shore Trips, and he's going to go over all of the fun excursions on each island with us. And then after he explains all of the tours, we're going to open up a Q&A session. We're going to unmute the line, and we'll take questions afterward. So thank you, Barry, for joining us, and I'm going to hand it over to Tim now.
Hi. How are you, everybody? Hi, Andrea.
Hello.
Andrea, you know, people can come to the STI by coming directly to Shore Trips also if they want to. Did you know about that? Can I show you how to do that?
Sure.
If they forget how to do it through your website, we have the exact same page that you have up on the screen on our website. All you have to do, everybody, is just go to Shore Trips, shoretrips.com, and that's what shoretrips.com looks like. And down below where it says Quick Finder, if you could just scroll down a little bit, Andrea, because it's on the under the screen, click on Find Your Group. You go to Shore Trips, you click on Find Your Group. You wait. Is it moving? Ah, yes. Now, look right away, because this is in alphabetical order of all the groups that Shore Trips is working on, including all the STI groups. STI, because it has a number 1 in front of it, happens to be on the very top of this list. So just take a look at Epic, which one is it? Epic Fun for 50s, and click on that. And that's another way for coming right to all the shore excursions that we're offering. And there's a little dialog box that tells you about it, and you can X that off. And what we've done is put together trips in the ports. Not a lot of trips, but we didn't give you a lot of choices because, you know, the quintessential thing to do when you get into these Caribbean ports is to have fun in the sun, either at a beach, do a little sightseeing, or go on a sail trip, do a little snorkeling. So that's the type of trips that we put together for you. We find that these trips are really the fun trips, and where people can have a lot of fun. They can interact with each other. They can have a few drinks together. They can really enjoy themselves. And that's what we've kind of limited these trips to. And we have offered these trips in the order of the ship's itinerary. makes it really easy for you. And you can buy these trips by just adding them to the cart. But if you want to know more about them, just go to, let's say, the first trip, sail and snorkel on our friendliest catamaran. This is St. Martin. And you're in St. Martin all day from like 8 o'clock in the morning to about 6 o'clock in the afternoon. This is a great excursion. It's a beautiful boat. Excuse me. They put up the sails. You do a little sailing, and then they make a stop at a, for some snorkeling. They have an open bar on board, unlimited drinks. They have toys that you can play with. The music goes on most of the time. There's some kind of a couple of quiet times also. You know, they know when you want to be quiet and talk. They also know when you want to kind of dance and have a good time. It's a great trip. In my opinion, it's one of the best trips that we have in the Caribbean because this catamaran really knows how to show you to have a good time. If you want this trip, you see that little green bar underneath the pictures. It says add to a cart. You don't have to do it though, Andrea. You can just add it to a cart, and it's that simple. Let's move back a page, and I'll show you another trip that we have for St. Martin. Now, you got to remember that you're going to be in St. Martin, you're going to be in St. Thomas, and you're going to be in Nassau. All three are warm weather ports. So all three of them, we have something to do with the water, either a beach trip or a sail trip or both. And so we think that maybe if you're going to do a snorkel trip in one of the islands, maybe another island you'll do a little bit of island sightseeing with a beach stop at the end. So what we've done is in St. Martin, we've also offered our St. Martin Island and Beach Tour. And there's the picture. And we take you around St. Martin. St. Martin is that island that's divided in two. One half of the island is Dutch, and the other side of the island is French. And so the good sightseeing happens to be on the French side. So we immediately leave the Dutch side, and let's click that. There we go. We leave the French side, and we go over to we leave the Dutch side, go over to the French side, and the first thing we do is go to a French city called Marigot, which is kind of the capital city of the island. We'll make a stop in Marigot, and along the waterfront of Marigot are the best little seafood shacks and barbecue shacks in the Caribbean. St. Martin happens to be like an Epicurean capital of the island. Great food, inexpensive. You're walking, you're doing a little shopping at these the shacks that are all along this area too. You grab some little barbecue or some little seafood to eat. It's really great. You're in a totally different environment. That I don't know if you've ever been in the Caribbean, but it's a lot different than being anywhere in the United States. And then we drive up the coastline, and we'll probably stop at a little town called La Quire. And after La Quire, we probably go all the way north to the world-famous Orient Beach. Orient Beach is a gigantically long, crystal, beautiful beach, gorgeous water, gorgeous sand. There are sections of this beach. We stop in an area that's on this beach that's called Bikini Beach. Bikini Beach is part of Orient Beach. It's a little section of it, and we have there. There's a little house there, a little bar. There's food out there for you to pick up. We give you a beach chair to relax, and you can stay on this beach all day. Now, this tour says it's 3 hours long, but it's really an all-day tour, or as long as you like. Because what happens, you tell your driver when you get to the beach, your driver will kind of leave you alone, and he'll make sure that you get checked in for your with your beach chair and your umbrella, and then he'll say, "What time do you want me to pick you up?" And you can say, pick me up at 3 o'clock this afternoon, and he'll come back and pick you up at 3 o'clock, and you have the whole day on the beach if you like. Great trip. If I had to choose one or the other, I don't know what I'd choose. Let's see what we have in the next port. Let's go back, And our next port, I think, is St. Thomas. Right. And you can X out of that. There you go. On the left-hand side, you'll see the itinerary. Sure. St. Martin was the first port. You'll have 2 days at sea. The Epic is a great ship. You'll love it. And then you're in St. Martin on the 12th of February. And then you're in St. Thomas on the 13th. So here we are in St. Thomas. And again, we have, I wonder why that keeps popping up. Is that you or me, Andrea? Okay. So we have 2 trips in St. Thomas. I like them both. We have a snorkel trip, a sailboat trip, and we also have an island tour and a beach tour. So let's take a look at the island sightseeing tour. We use these large, they're like a large pickup truck, right? But in the back of it, we call them jitneys, and in the back of it, we have an umbrella over you, a covering so you're protected from the sun. But they're kind of open on the sides. It's a lot of fun to go through the streets of St. Thomas in one of these jitneys, and we'll take you from the cruise ship here. We'll take you up along the High Drive that gives you a great view of the island. And then we go to the opposite side of the island, and we do a little sightseeing. We stop at a great house. If you've ever been into one of these old Caribbean merchant-style great houses, do a little sightseeing, take some pictures. And then we wind up at a really famous beach called Magens Beach. And Magens Beach has been rated in magazines after magazines as one of the most beautiful beaches in the Caribbean. Melanie, who works with Andrea, Melanie who works in my office, works with Andrea a lot, and the rest of the people at STI. Melanie actually got married on Magens Beach about 5 years ago, and I was there. Beautiful place, and the water is great. You'll love that trip. That trip, we drop you off at Magens Beach, and then you can go back with the tour guide, or you can stay around, hang around there if you like, and come back to the ship on your own if you like. So that's the St. Thomas trip. What I'd probably do in St. Thomas is one of these trips. This one or the one I'm going to tell you about next. But I'd spend some time downtown Charlotte Amalie because that's where some really great shopping is. And by the way, your last port, St. Martin, has wonderful shopping too. Okay, let's go back a page and we'll pick up the second trip in St. Thomas, which should be a catamaran sail trip.
Yeah, the snorkel with turtles. And also a tip for anyone who's going to Magens Beach, just bring, instead of carrying a big bulky towel with you, just take one of the towels from the cruise. That's very popular in Magens Beach. A lot of people who are in port for the different cruise ships, the cruise will let you borrow the towels, so that's great. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to wash it or dry it or have a stinky towel in your room. So just a little tip when you're on the ship.
Great idea. This is a great catamaran. We take you all the way out to Buck Island. It's about a 3-hour trip altogether, and Buck Island is about 3 miles away from the port in St. Thomas. It's really easy to get from the ship to the boat. It's almost right there at the cruise ship dock. We meet you right at the dock. By the way, we meet you at all these places right at the dock. You don't have to worry about the meeting of our tours. And then we sail over to Buck Island, and we drop anchor in a kind of a secluded bay called Turtle Bay, and you can go out, put on your snorkel gear, and go swimming with the giant green sea turtles. Great fun. So on St. Martin, we gave you a choice: an island tour with a beach, or the snorkel catamaran trip. Same thing in St. Thomas. So maybe if you do one on one island, do the another in another island. And let's go back a page, and we'll take a look at Nassau. By the way, you should know about short trips. My wife and I, Julie, we started this business about 12 years ago. We were travel agents, and we felt that the cruise lines shore excursions were not the best. They were very, very crowded with people. They tend to treat people like they're children. We thought we could do a better job, and so we sold our travel agency 12 years ago to start shore trips. We started in the Caribbean. We spent our first year after we sold our travel agency in the Caribbean, going from port to port, meeting catamaran, operators and sightseeing guides and snorkel people, and we think that we met just about all of them, and we make choices. We decide who we really think does a good job, and the people that we offer on our site are the best operators we feel that are in the Caribbean. By the way, we're all over the world too. Okay, Nassau is your third port, and you could do. I'm going to skip to that one. Let's go to the half-day sail and snorkel. If you didn't have enough sailing and snorkeling on the other two ports, because it's great to go out there and sail and snorkel, here is a trip. We put up the sails. We go sailing around outside the harbor of Nassau, and we go off to a beach area, and we drop the sails. We jump in the water, and we do some snorkeling. But there's good food on board the ship. There's a bar that's open after you snorkel. It's a lot of fun, and if you like snorkeling, if you like getting in the water, if you like partying, this is really a great trip for you. But another trip that we just added today, and by the way, if you're on this trip and you want to switch over to this other trip, that's no problem. You can cancel out this trip and join this other trip that we're offering too. Because what we thought we did, we just added this today, we thought we would give you something totally different. Because on the other two islands you did a lot of sailing and snorkeling. We thought maybe on this island, Nassau, you want to do something else. So we're giving you a culinary excursion around the city. We're going to stop at 7 different spots, prearranged spots, restaurants, and you're going to sample Nassau's food. And while you do that, you're going to hear about a little bit of a history. If you've never been on a culinary trip, it's really a lot of fun. You go from restaurant to restaurant. You meet the owners of the restaurant. We're guided the whole time. There's not a lot of walking. I mean, you'll walk for a couple of hours, but you're in and out of restaurants. We always give you something to drink, and at every restaurant we try something else. We try a little conch salad. We try a little lobster bisque. We try a little lobster meat or a couple of fish dishes, some desserts. We really give you a really great taste of Nassau. Plus, you also take a look at the buildings around the cruise ship pier where we conduct this trip. You'll see the architecture. You'll talk about the history of Nassau. You'll get to know the people who have moved there and the people who have lived there. It's really a very, very interesting trip. You'll connect with the locals. I love this trip, and we thought we'd try to do something different on this one. And those are our 6 offerings for your cruise. Now it's up to you guys to figure out which ones you want to do. It was up
That's
to
pretty
me.
crazy. I didn't know that you guys had added a new trip until we started talking before this webinar. So that's great. So you guys got the inside scoop today, everyone who's tuning in.
Let's take a trip to a shopping cart and we can show them how to book it, okay?
Oh, okay, sure.
Okay, let's go back one page.
Okay.
And let's say you wanted to do the Nassau culinary trip. Let's add it to a shopping cart. Move down a little bit to that green line. You just add this trip to your shopping cart. And we'll wait. And you have a choice. You can check out or you can keep shopping. Of course, you're going to keep shopping and book the St. Martin trip, and you're going to book a trip in in St. Thomas. You're going to book a shore excursion probably in every port.
Mm-hmm. And then, Barry, how does this work for everyone who's going to be booking the shore trips? Do they give their credit card information when they log in? Do they create an account first with shore trips before they start shopping?
I'll show you. Click on checkout. Let's say you have all 3 trips in your shopping cart, and you'll type in your account. If you don't have an account, up on the top, if you need a Short Trips account, you just click there, and we ask you what your name is and what your email is. Basically, that's what we're asking you. We ask you to create a password, and really, that's what we ask you. It's really fast. And then we just log you in. We give you an account. We send you an email also with your account information. Basically, your account is going to be your ID is your email address, and a password is a password that either you make up or we can make up for you. We kind of like it that you make up your own passwords now. It's that simple. And then we go through the shopping cart. Basically, we're asking you in the shopping cart, what's your address, what's your credit card number, and then it's done. And then you'll get some emails from us. You'll get an email that says this is a recap of all of the trips that you have booked, and then you'll get another email as each trip becomes confirmed by our operator. You'll get an email that says, log on to Short Trips now and print out a voucher. And you'll print out a voucher, and all the meeting instructions will be there. All the things that you have to know will be there. And then all you have to do is show up in your bathing suit and bring a towel.
Oh, very nice. That does sound very easy. And I know we do get a lot of questions, too, from people with what short trips do people want to pick ahead of time, and also who's interested in what short trips. So we do have a private chat that's available for every single trip with Singles Travel International. So if you go to the website and you sign in to your account, let me sign into mine, and I'll show you quickly how to use the chat for this trip. This is such a great feature of this website because every single trip is private. So any comments that you make in the member chat, only people on your cruise can see them. Only people on your cruise can post messages to the chat board. And also, you can also see who's going. So if you see here, I'm logged in. I'm in the Epic 50 page. Who's going? We see Bill's going, Bob, Caesar, Cindy. So you can go through here and kind of get to know all of your fellow cruisers before you go cruising. So go back up to the gold tabs, and the last one, the member chat. You click on there and scroll through, and we already have a bunch of topics that people have been posting on. So we have one here that's 70s night. That was 2 days ago, so let's click on that one. Talking about a great go-go girl costume. So people are already talking about great costumes. So you can send a message to people on the chat. You can send a message to Daria. You can go back. And also just to let you know, there is a limit of how many messages you can send to people on the website if you're not friends with them. So the way to work that out, if you want to communicate with, say, your roommate and you find them on the website, or you got along with someone really well, just friend them on the STI website, and then your messages are unlimited. But if you're not friends, there is a limit. So if you want to add a post, you can put create new topic. It's in the right-hand corner on the top of the member chat. There's going to be a topic title. So I'll just put hello. And then I'll just put have fun, exclamation point. And you just click post new topic, and then it's going to post a new topic. Everyone else will see it. So definitely check out the chat board next time you get on there. You can talk about your shore excursions that Barry went over with us today. You can also talk about what you're going to be wearing, how to check in, all of the entertainment, and what everyone's looking forward to as well. So we're going to open it up now for Q&A session.
You are now unmuted.
We just unmuted everybody, so if anybody's on the line with us, if you do have any questions for myself about STI or Barry from Short Trips, floor is open. You can send us a chat through the webinar or ask us now on the phone. Is anyone on the line right now? Does anybody have any questions for myself or Barry?
I'm on the line, but I don't have any questions.
Okay. Are you excited for the cruise?
Excuse me?
Are you excited for the cruise?
Oh, sure, sure.
Good. Who is this?
This is Janine.
Janine, how are you?
I'm doing good, doing good.
Great. Who's else?
I figured I was trying.
Janine, was it easy to make the bookings with Short Trips?
Yeah, I did some of the trips. In fact, one of the ones I booked, they got back to me and said that wasn't going to work because we weren't going to be back in time. Because I did a trip outside of the 50s trip. I wanted to go on the all-day sail in St. Thomas. And they told me, they easily got back to me and said, call in. I called in. They said, no, that's not going to work. It was very easy to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's great, too, for anyone who's listening, that short trips, so then you would say that short trips, they're really easy to work with. If you have a question or if you want to change something, you can just call them and they'll make the switch for you. Actually, then I have a question then for Barry. She was saying that she was able to book a trip that was not listed in our STI group. So that's true, right? If someone sees a trip on the website for one of the islands, they're able to call Short Trips, correct?
That's right. They can do that. They can call us up or they can book it online. We really would like you to let us know if you book something off of the group, because then we will add your booking to what we call the group manifest. So your your STI representative on board knows that you are on this trip. And especially if you book it and then you go in the chat room and you get more people to book on it, let's say all of a sudden there's 5 or 10 or 15 people booked on the same group trip, and if we know about it, we'll go to that operator and see if we can get a better price for everybody. So
right. Yeah,
let us know.
I wanted to go on a kayaking trip, and wasn't sure whether people wanted to do it or whatever. That's I was looking for something with kayaking.
Right. You know what? That would be a great chat post as well if you wanted to put the topic kayaking and see if other people are interested. That's a great chat post.
Right. And we have kayaking on St. Thomas, really interesting kayaking too. So it would be good if you want to do that and you get enough people together. Even if you want to do it by yourself, we'll run it for you, right? It won't be private, but we'll run it for you. But if you get enough people, and I don't know how many enough is, but if you get 6 or 8 people, we'll run a private trip for you. We'll take care of your transportation. We'll get you out there. So chat it up.
Okay, sounds good.
The nice thing is when people travel together and they do these shore excursions together, and that's where the real fun comes in. You'll be having fun on board the ship, but when you get to these ports, it'll be a lot more fun.
The fun just keeps going. And if anyone does have any questions, you may, on the website, and every single page in the top right-hand corner, you have our phone number, 877-SOLO-TRIPS. You can call that, speak to Tammy, myself, or Robin. And also, we have a very interactive social media as well. We have YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest. So you can meet people through our Facebook, watch some videos online. If you want to see what past cruisers did, what they dressed up as for 70s night, we had a rock star night for New Year's. You can look at previous costumes, too, to kind of get ideas before you go shopping for your theme nights. And so that's really fun as well. And then I'll show you, there's also a phone number on Shore Trips website. Same location. If you go to shoretrips.com, the phone number is right up here in the right-hand corner. It's 888-355-0220.
And when you call us, just say that you're part of the STI Epic Fun for 50.
Mm-hmm. Any other questions before we end this evening?
There's 3 on the chat.
3 on the chat? Okay, let me look at the chat. Do we have seating together at dining? That's a very good question. Yes, everyone does have a slot for dining. On every single cruise, we request dining together. So you're going to have a welcome dinner with Michael, your concierge. Everyone will sit together. We do recommend that, especially the first and the last night, that you do sit with the group at the allotted time. And then, of course, it's your trip. If you want to book specialty dining, if you make some buddies and you want to go to dine at one of the specialty restaurants, you're more than welcome. But the welcome dinner, everyone gets to know each other. So you will find out the location and also the time on your vacation details and meetup information. That's a document that we're going to be sending to everyone this week and the next couple of days. So check your emails. And then also the same location where you saw the Get Ready. On our trip site, on the FAQ, we're going to have a link on there. And we will also have this document on the member chat as well. So you can check the email, the FAQ, or the member chat. Those are 3 locations this week you can check out that will have that information. So next question. Is it okay if we bring our own snorkel equipment? Barry, do you know about the snorkel equipment for the different excursions?
Well, I know that it's clean. We clean it after every use, and it's in good shape. We always ask our vendors to keep them in great shape. If you want to bring your own gear, bring it along. If you're really that avid of a snorkeler and you want to do that, we'll supply fins. But if you're afraid that the fins would be a little tight or a little loose, bring them along if you have room in your luggage. You could also wear them for a theme night. They could wear them on a 70s theme night also.
A snorkel 70s disco theme. That's great. So Heather, you can bring your snorkel gear for a theme night if you'd like. And how about formal nights on the ship? You do have formal nights on the ship. I think there's either 1 or 2 formal nights. And also in the document that I described before, we are going to have exactly how many formal nights. I believe it's 2, but just to make sure, check that document that's going to be coming out in the next couple days. And attire for formal nights, it's usually pretty fancy. There's always a captain's night with a cocktail hour, and men usually dress nice with either tuxes or nice shirts, black pants, bow tie, long tie. Ladies, you can get dressy, wear a dress, nice pants if you'd like. You can whip out some heels. So that usually is a little dressier, the formal nights. And then are there more of our groups than the 42 people showing? Currently, there are 42 people booked for this trip, but it's very popular with STI for a bunch of people to book last minute. So 42 now, but we are expecting a few more people to book. So you guys should be closer to 50 packs, 50 people once the trip comes up. So you will, and sometimes we have people that even will book, the day before. So that 42 now, but the number may fluctuate a little bit before your cruise. And a group photo. Yes, you will have many opportunities for group photos. Your concierge, Michael, he'll have a camera, and he'll be taking pictures during the entire cruise, during your theme nights, your welcome parties, at night during your cocktail parties. So you will have a lot of group photos and a lot of fun photos as well. And again, you can check out the Facebook website to see past photos. We have a lot of group photos from past vacations as well. And meeting for sailing out of Miami. This was from Victor. Victor, do you mean meeting for, you will have, I'll give you a couple different answers to this question. Victor's question was meeting for sailing out of Miami. There are going to be people who are booked for a pre-cruise hotel stay. So you're going to meet at the hotel and then go over to the ship together. Some people are going to be arriving that day. So you'll check in on your own once you get to the ship at the pier, but you will have a meeting on your first day. It's going to be the welcome meeting. Michael will welcome everyone. He'll go over a basic itinerary with you. He'll talk to you about some of your activities for the week. He'll also have a welcome package for you. And that information, the time and location, will be in your final document sent this week as well. So it has lots of good information in there that you want to look through. And I believe we hit all of the questions on the chat. Yes, I think we did. Any other questions for us this evening? A lot of good questions we had. Again, feel free to contact us at Singles Travel International. Feel free to contact Shore Trips, explore, use the chat, and meet everybody beforehand, get ideas for the fun theme nights. I hope everyone's really, really excited. This is going to be a very, very, very fun cruise. So, Barry, any closing words?
Oh, just have fun, everybody.
Have fun. That's number one. So thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in to the Epic Fun for 50 webinar on the Norwegian Epic. And thank you very much on behalf of Shore Trips, Singles Travel International, and also your group director, your concierge, Michael Katz, who will give you a warm welcome at either Miami or on the ship. We look forward to hosting you guys and take lots of pictures for us so we can live through you and everyone can see how much fun you guys had. So have a great evening. Thanks for joining in. And like Barry said, have fun.
Bye, Andrea. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.